Hi everybody, you probably heard about the huge 8.3 Chile earthquake that happened on September 16th. In this video that was posted on September 2nd, we were looking at September 16th as our yearly watch for September. This was based on these patterns that seem to have been playing out for the past 4 years. I do not know what is occurring here, but it does seem to be continuing in 2015, so we'll add that event to the list. Last year on that date, Russian jets flew into Alaska airspace, and this year on that date, Russia conducted their largest military drill of the year, which started on the 14th and ran until the 20th. The UN also is conducting their 70th session during this window, which continues until the 28th. So we'll add those two events as they tie into what has occurred in the past years. The two things I noticed about this particular window, September 16th through the 18th, is that first of all, it was the day the blessed were longing for in 2012, the 1335th day mentioned in Daniel 12, that ties into at least 4 other fulfillments that occurred in Daniel 9, Daniel 12, and Revelation 12, all in harmony with each other and in exact accordance with the written word. The second thing is that this window is always occurring when the UN is conducting their yearly sessions for some reason. In 2011, it was the 66th session. In 2012, the 67th. In 2013, the 68th. In 2014, the 69th. And in 2015, it's the 70th session since the UN was created in 1945. This 70th year is significant in Bible prophecy for several reasons, but in this case it's significant because the prophecy of the destruction of Babylon in the book of Jeremiah happens at the end of a 70-year period that is marked by Judah serving Babylon. However, it tells us this desolation will occur over the whole earth, not just Israel, and will involve Babylon being covered by the waves, which Revelation tells us is a giant stone that will hit the sea. We're also told this will occur at the end of a 1260-year period. So prophecy tells us this event must occur both at the end of a 1260-year period and a 70-year period, and we have both ending in 2015. The other point is that the UN is the fulfillment of the 8th king in the book of Revelation. It's the renewal of the 7th head of the beast, the healing of the wound, the king of fierce countenance in the book of Daniel that will destroy by peace. So the 70th session of the 8th king is highly significant with regards to Bible prophecy. That 70th session is being held right now in New York City, and the Pope will be speaking to the UN during this 70th session. I don't think that's a coincidence. He's only the 4th Pope to speak at the UN in its entire 70-year history. The other interesting point is that the Pope, who is identified as the second beast in Revelation 13, the Lamb who speaks like a dragon, is also currently the 8th king of Vatican City, since the Lateran Treaty allowed the creation of the Vatican nation. And the UN itself, the healed 7th head of the beast, who is also the 8th kingdom, is currently presided by their 8th king, the 8th Secretary General since its creation. Tomorrow, September 25th, 2015, the 8th king of the 8th king will meet with the 8th king, the Lamb who speaks like a dragon, at the end of both a significant fulfillment of 1260 years and a significant fulfillment of 70 years. And although most Christians are not aware of this, we are in the midst of Daniel's 70-year period right now. And we are at the end of the maximum length of one generation in the book of Matthew chapter 1, which may refer to the fig tree generation in Matthew 24. So these vision fulfillments that have been occurring for the past 4 years seem to have been pointing all along to this window of time, the UN yearly session. And we know from examining these fulfillment patterns over the past few years that the next fulfillment usually occurs between October 26th and October 29th. I don't know what will occur, if anything. I'm just guessing here based on past fulfillments, if it will have something to do with Russia or the Pope, ISIS, Alaska, or another island volcano. I don't know. And it's also possible the pattern will stop. We've been watching these dates for 4 years and it has not stopped yet, but I noticed that this year in 2015, the October window falls on the start of the true biblical Feast of Tabernacles in the Northern Hemisphere and the true biblical Feast of Passover in the Southern Hemisphere. Those are the true biblical appointed times. Remember, Daniel says the little horn changed the times. That's Israel it's talking about, little horn. Look at Lamentations 2. They changed the times, so their feast days are not the true feast days. The true biblical feast days this year, I'll talk about in the next video. They occur in October. So for more information on the true biblical calendar, you can check out the link below, or you can check out the playlist Bible's Countdown to the Asteroid.